What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Chelsea 1 Leeds nil review. Finally, a win. That's what we've been waiting for. I said in the preview, that's what we needed. A win, and they got the win. Not the most convincing performance, although I think Chelsea was by far the better team. They definitely should have won the game. Could have easily scored a few more goals, but that's Chelsea. In terms of the team selection for this game, the only position I was kind of questioning was Kai Havertz up front. I was like, why doesn't he start a striker? We can't score. And I think that was justified when Kai Havertz literally missed the best opportunity of the entire game within like the first 15 minutes. And then, it was poor. In terms of the switch of formation to a five at the back or three at the back, it works. I mean, it was much better. You saw Chilwell actually have space to do something. He was actually being a problem. He was always available. A lot of switches from whether it was Enzo Fernandez. There was a few from Fofana. He was always available to get the ball, and he caused a lot of problems. His end product was a little bit questionable. There was a chance where he could have taken a touch and maybe scored instead of trying to volley it. A few of his crosses weren't there, but, he got the assist for the goal in the end. So, I can't harp on him too much. He was putting in effort. He didn't have too much onus on him to keep running back and defend, because that's not what he's good at. So, I think this formation got the best out of him. I think Enzo Fernandez as well had a lot more space, a lot more license to go forward. Kovacic played a bit more of the deeper role, which I like to see. Kovacic played pretty well. The whole defense was solid enough. Didn't really have anything to do. So I think, the formation solidified not only the defense we didn't concede, but we had more opportunities to create. If we had someone in the box to score one of the crosses, it would have been a decent tactic. But Kai Havertz isn't that guy. And that's, like I said, the only position I question is why this guy is still starting and getting every minute on the pitch. But in terms of the performance, first half, first 20 minutes looked really good. First 15 minutes, like, we're all over Leeds, bro. Pressing, winning the ball back. Leeds couldn't even get in the heart in Chelsea's half. They created a few chances. João Felix hits the bar. Unfortunate. Reminds me of the Dortmund chance where he hit it over. This time he gets it on target. It hits the fucking bar. Well, I guess it doesn't count on target if it hits the bar, but decent shot. Unlucky, that should have been a goal. And Kai Havertz is what is the one for me that got me. He's like, bro, you're through on goal. You just got to score and you miss. There was even a chance for him. If he cut it back early, João Felix probably would have had a better chance to score. He was like, no, I'm going to keep going. Fair enough. And then he misses. Guy finishes like a prime Man United Danny Welbeck, man. I know. It's so infuriating to watch this guy play. In that first half, he was terrible. But for the most part, Leeds didn't really create anything in the first half. Like, there was a few dangerous moments throughout the game they created where the ball flashed across the goal, and it's like, bro, if anyone's in the right position, they get a tap in. But we got a bit lucky with that. And to be fair, I think at half time, it could have been 2 or 3-0 if, we took our chances. But that's Chelsea, 0-0. Game still there. Come out at half time, we've been pretty terrible coming out at half time, losing concentration before or after. Happened against Tottenham, didn't happen today. I think Chelsea came out and again they were straight away on top of the game. Got the goal from the corner, good header from Fofana. He had a chance in the first half to score. I think he was the best player on the day as well, Wesley. Decent cross from Chilwell, probably his only good one of the game, but it matters. In that second half, Chelsea kind of played, after the goal at least, they played more on the counter-attack. Some people will question the subs. I see people on Twitter were questioning subs. Why did he bring on, was it Zakaria and Gallagher and take off, Sterling and Felix? Probably to save them for the Dortmund game, I would assume, is why they came off. I don't think João Felix or Sterling was particularly good either. João Felix was overplaying the ball way too much. He wasn't really involved in the game. And Raheem Sterling, another one where he was holding the ball way too much again. Just pass the ball, release the ball from your feet. But he did have some positive moments for him, I'm not going to lie. So did João Felix, but for the most part, I don't think they were amazing. They could have played better. And he just brought on Zakaria and Conor Gallagher to solidify it up, and it works. And then, he subbed on Chukwuemeka. Nice to see Carney get some minutes. Although he was a bit rusty, I'll say that. He could have had a chance to score, kind of tripped over the ball again. And my man needs to sort that out. He's always off balance. He needs to really control himself a little bit more, because I thought that was a one-off against Liverpool where he kept falling over, but seems like it's not. And then we saw Madueke late on in the game. Obviously, people are going to talk about no Mudryk. Why is he not playing? I mean, I've said this before. I don't think he was a Graham Potter signing. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what it is with him. He's obviously not been playing well. And we didn't need to score. I think that's a big one. We didn't need a goal. So it was like, let's save him. Maybe he's going to play against Dortmund. We don't know what his injury status is. Obviously, he didn't play a lot of football. I don't know if that's still an excuse, because it's been here for almost a month and a half. So yeah, no Mudryk today. No Aubameyang in the team, featuring again, just sitting on the bench. I will give a shout out to Madueke and Gallagher though. I thought when they came on, they actually played well on the counter-attack. Madueke's link-up play was actually good. He was releasing the ball, unlike Raheem Sterling. But overall, I think it was a solid enough performance. I think Chelsea deserved the win. They could have scored 2 or 3 goals. We wouldn't have blinked an eye. If Kai Havertz scores that, if João Felix, we get a little bit luckier, it goes in. Fofana's first header, Ben Chilwell could have controlled the ball instead of volleying it first time. That game could have been very different. Of course, Leeds did threaten us a few times, but overall, it was a better performance. And now, hopefully, against Dortmund is also good. Let's get into the player ratings. We'll start off with the goalkeeper, Kepa. Didn't really have to do anything. Everything that came his way, he grabbed onto. There was one where a cross where he kind of came out for it, and it was lucky that it was overhit because kind of left it. I don't know, man. Man's still questionable from crosses. I give him a 6. Right wing back, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He wasn't involved in the game as much as Ben Chilwell. Obviously, Chelsea have that weird thing where they just only play down the left and they don't really go to the right of the pitch. But when he did get on the ball, he was solid. There was a few decent tackles. A few moments going forward where he beat a few players, tried to put the ball in the box. So I think Ruben played decent. There was a few times where he overplayed as he usually does. I'll give him a 6. I think he played pretty well. Reece James isn't fit to play against Dortmund. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek should definitely start that game. Centre backs, Fofana, give him an 8. Best player on the pitch. Defensively, solid. No one went past him. Scored the header. I mean, his passing was better. Sometimes his passing is a bit questionable, but today he switched the ball perfectly, passed the ball nice, composed on the ball. Very good. That's what I like to see. £80 million, you better start playing like it, and he has. Koulibaly today, there was a few moments where Koulibaly did Koulibaly things, where he rushes out, makes a silly foul. But overall, his passing was good defensively was good. He made a few blocks. There's a few times where they went past him, but he made a recovery challenge. That one time where Aronson, he made the recovery challenge and Aronson still nutmegged him and the ball went straight across goal and no one tapped it in. Got a bit lucky with that, but I give Koulibaly a 6 today. Badiashile, I give him the same. A bit shaky at times, composed on the ball, played pretty well. I give Badiashile a 6. Chilwell, I don't think he played particularly well in terms of end quality, and the end product wasn't there, but he was always that guy in space. He was always the out ball. He ran up and down the pitch like he usually does. I give him a 7. I think just for the effort and, if he had a bit more quality on the end of one of those crosses, or if he took a touch from that volley, he probably would have been man of the match. I mean, he did get the assist from the goal. He took the corner, so I give him a 7. Kovacic, I think Kovacic actually played well. Didn't have to do too much in the final third. We know that sometimes he struggles with his long passing and his decision-making in the final third. He didn't have to do that. He was kind of just playing the sweeping up and letting Enzo Fernandez get on the ball, and when Kovacic had to get on the ball, he was very good. Won the ball back a few times. I give him a 6. I mean, he was having an anonymous game, one of those where his impact is more hidden. You don't see what he's doing. I think he played well though. Enzo Fernandez made some very nice passes across the pitch. Like, there was very nice switches, playing the ball forward. I mean, he passes the ball to he passes the ball to Raheem Sterling, which then allows Kai Havertz to be put through on goal. There was a few shaky moments where, he lost the ball, where he did overplay a little bit, but for the most part, he played well. I give him a 6 though. I think it was a standard game. I don't think it was anything special from him. Him and Kovacic, they could both get a 7 to be fair, but I'm going to be harsh because it was only 1-0. In terms of the front three, Raheem Sterling was on the right. There was moments where he was good, where he beats a man. There was just too many moments for me where he overplayed, where he held the ball too long. He did cut the ball back to João Felix, so that was a great composure. There was a few times he had a shot in the second half. Wasn't really involved in the game. I also give him a 6. João Felix was playing more off the left. I think this was not a great game from him. He obviously hit the bar, but apart from that, he was kind of anonymous. And when he was on the ball, he wasn't releasing it fast enough. Like, we're on a counter-attack and my man's taking too many touches. Doing a Mason Mount. It's like Mason Mount's gone and then someone else has to play like Mason Mount. Playing like a prime Atletico Madrid, João Felix today, which is not a good thing, by the way. He had moments where he flicked the ball here and there, but overall, he didn't really affect the game. Came off at 63 minutes. Probably not because of his performance, but it should have been. I give him a 6 as well. I guess a 5.5. Like, for me, he wasn't good. Like, he had a few moments, but he wasn't good. And then Kai Havertz up front, for me, was the worst player on the pitch again. It's like, if you have a striker there, bro, we could have won this game. Like, sometimes we just have the ball in the midfield and there's no one to, pass the ball to hold it up. Kai Havertz, even if you pass it to him there, he takes a poor touch, or he tries to lay the ball off and he makes a poor pass. You put him through on goal and he misses. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know what to do with him anymore. And then always at the end of the game, he wants to start fighting people. Like, brother, please. You shouldn't be on the pitch. Stop trying to fight people. So yeah, he was the worst player on the pitch. Like I said, man's always trying to fight people. My fucking computer just took a shit for some reason. But anyway, yeah, he was the worst player on the pitch. That's what I can really say about Kai at this point. Should have been subbed off. Didn't get subbed off. Is what it is. The substitutes, Conor Gallagher came on. He ran around. He did well, in my opinion. Solid 6, though. That's what he should do. Chukwemeko was a bit shaky. Give him a standard 5. Madueke didn't get to do anything. Came on too late, 5. Zakaria did a hidden job of just sweeping everything up, but again, 5. They didn't do anything. It is what it is. Graham Potter today, I think he got the lineup right, except for Kai Havertz, so I give him a 7. It was good enough. We got the win, and he can't legislate for Kai Havertz missing and João Felix hitting the bar and stuff. So yeah, overall for me, it was a good win. It was a good performance, and hopefully against Dortmund, Chelsea can produce a win. I'm not 100% confident, but yeah, that's all. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.